Sports Jawn. I am Ryan Wolfson. In today's episode or segment, I'll be talking about the teams that are 3.5 point plus underdogs that I like to cover in this upcoming NFL week, which is week 12. Last week, I went 2-1. I had the Bucks covering at the Bills, which they did not, but I also had the Panthers covering at the Falcons and the Giants versus the Packers, and they both did cover. This now brings my record to 17-15 on the season. So these are the three teams. I actually got some better picks this week. There's a lot more to choose from as far as 3.5 plus point underdogs. So these are the teams that I actually like to cover in this upcoming NFL week. The Vikings are 6.5 point underdogs at Green Bay. Green Bay has been very, very inconsistent on offense, and now they are without their top two offensive weapons in Tucker Kraft and Josh Jacobs in this upcoming NFL week. Just like Minnesota, their offense has been very inconsistent. Aaron Jones gets to travel back to the team where he played most of his career in Green Bay. Minnesota is an above average at basically everything. Basically, I'm saying that J.J. McCarthy just can't lose the game, which he has a couple times because he's thrown a lot of 50-50 balls deep down the field that has led to interceptions. So as long as J.J. McCarthy manages the game, I don't see why not only will the Vikings cover, but the Vikings win the game. So if you're going to give me 6.5 points, give me the Vikings. The Colts are 3.5 point underdogs at the Chiefs. The Colts have been the best team all year in the NFL. They're coming off a bye. The Chiefs have right now, if the playoffs started with 5 weeks, with 6 weeks left of the season, they wouldn't be in, and yet they are a 3.5 point favorite. To me, that's just ridiculous. So in that aspect, again, the best team in the NFL so far this season, the Indianapolis Colts, coming off a bye. I don't see how Kansas City is going to stop Jonathan Taylor, and if they do, then I expect all of the playmakers on the perimeter to feast on the Kansas City defense. Not to mention, too, Indianapolis' defense is going to be really, really good. They acquired Sauce Gardner at the deadline. Their DBs will now all be healthy coming off the bye. And Sauce Gardner will have an extra week to know the system. I see the Colts defense only getting better and better and better each week to becoming an elite defense come playoff time. So again, if you're giving me 3.5 points with the Colts, give me the Colts. And then the last team I like, and it's because I think both of these teams suck, but I think there's one player that is a game changer in it, and I will take that person all day, every day. And the Browns are 3.5 point underdogs going into Las Vegas. Last week proved to me that my worst take of the preseason was the Las Vegas Raiders. I liked Chip Kelly, I liked Pete Carroll, I liked Geno Smith, and they all look horrible this year. This idea that Geno Smith is throwing the ball 40-something, almost 40 times this past week against the Cowboys, who are not that good of a defense, and you barely run the ball with Gentry, who's your second best offensive weapon. Less than 10 times you run the ball. It makes zero sense. So I don't trust the Raiders at all and for anything. They had one of the better defenses in the NFL last year. They have one of the worst defenses in the NFL this year. But there is one player I do trust on the Cleveland Browns, and that is Myles Garrett, who is a game wrecker. Last week he had 5 sacks. Earlier in the season he had a game where he had 4 sacks. This guy will just destroy the Raiders' offensive line. When Geno Smith this year has been under pressure, he's made a lot of mistakes. I don't think the Cleveland offense is going to be good. I think it's going to be a very low-scoring game. But with Junkins, as good of a back he is, and then Myles Garrett on the other end probably making sacks, contributing to great field position or to turnovers, you're giving me 3.5 points. I will take the Browns, 3.5 points to cover at the Raiders. So these are the picks that I'd like to cover in this upcoming NFL week. So hopefully this helps with your betting. I am Ryan Wolfson. This is the Sports Jawn.